And we should be live. Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock, as always. Oh, it's 1 minute past 7. Well, I guess we've always start on time, but more or less. Good evening. My name is Ross from Act On This. If you've not seen one of these live broadcasts that we've done in the past, you're in for an absolute treat. Tonight, we are talking all about Casting Networks UK. It's the UK's newest, it's the UK's fastest growing casting resource, and it's something that I think every actor in the UK needs to know about and be a part of. Joining me tonight are two people who can tell us all about it, all the tricks, all the tips, everything about the service and how to get the most out of it. Welcome, in fact, let me just give them a drum roll because I've got some tools that can do this now. Welcome to the broadcast, Martin and Dan. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Isn't this great, the way that it's worked? So far, so good. Technology is amazing. So how are you guys?
Very good.
Never better.
Never better. You do sound a bit more enthusiastic about this, Mike.
The working day has just finished. We'll pick up. We'll snowball.
We've got some caffeine. We'll be fine.
Excellent. We're breaking new territory. So tonight, guys, as I say, if you've never been on one of these before, this is how it works. We're going to be live now. You're watching us live online. From about, from now until about 8:15-ish, something like that, so the next hour and a quarter. And this isn't going to work unless you get in touch. So basically, what we need you to do is start tweeting us. And anybody who's watching us now, if you're watching us on the Act On This website, you will see above here, just up here, you'll see a Twitter button which says @ActOnThisTV. If you click on that, it's going to bring up a little box where you can send us a tweet and you can ask us any questions as we go along, showing you Casting Networks UK, what it does for you, why you should be a part of it, how you can sign up, profiles, everything, the lot tonight. So if we're going along and you want to ask a question or you've got anything at all, just you want to get in touch with us and ask us anything, within reason, click on that button and tweet us. So just so I know that people can hear us and that this is going out, just drop us a tweet now, just in the next couple of minutes, just about anything. Just say hello, just so that I know everything is working. Steve Whitfield, he's tweeted already. He's tweeted nothing at us. You've just tweeted at Act On This TV, Steve, but that's good enough. At least I know that you can see us and you can hear us. So say hello, boys.
Hello, Steve. Thanks for the tweet.
We've got at least one viewer. So, whilst people are getting used to tweeting and sending us all their questions and stuff, guys, tell us a little bit of an introduction to Casting Networks UK. What is it? When did it come over here? Mm-hmm. How is it blowing up the industry? Why are casting directors, I've been to 3 castings in the last 2 weeks, and they've all been using Casting Networks. Everyone's been banging on about it. Give us a bit of an insight.
Well, Casting Networks was actually started by a casting director in San Francisco about 12 years ago. He wanted a solution for just as a way of managing the hundreds or even thousands of suggestions he'd get every single day. So he really built this software, designed it, with, of course, the casting director in mind, because he was one. And now it's, I would say, the biggest, most used casting software in Los Angeles. One of the biggest in the United States, because it's not just in LA. Excuse me. It's not just in LA anymore, it's in New York, Miami, and then outside the States, Mexico, India, Australia, and of course the UK.
So it's everywhere. Basically, it's soon going to be global, which we're going to talk about actually at the end, about kind of like the future and where it's going to be going and what this could potentially do for casting globally. You were talking about, obviously, Hollywood. It's the most popular casting software in Hollywood. How many people do you think worldwide you've got on Casting Networks, do you reckon? How many people in the UK have currently signed up for it?
UK, I mean, it's hard to give you an exact figure because Casting Networks, you can have more than one profile on the same account. So we're counting profiles, and then that gives you something that's a bit unrealistic. So
okay,
estimate around 30,000 in the UK. But bear in mind that's actors as well as models as well, which we have.
Okay, but that's a lot. I wish I had 30,000 members and Acts On This. If everybody on Casting Networks could sign up, that would be brilliant. I'll do a special deal for CNI members. Wicked. So we've established then that it's obviously it's here to stay. It's not something that's just I've seen a lot of casting services pop up over the years, and then
we're leaving tonight actually. No.
They say you're leaving, you're done. But yeah, I've seen quite a few kind of last 6 months, a year, that kind of thing. Because obviously, as actors, you've got to be careful kind of what you're signing up to, and obviously there's big players over here in the casting industry. This is something that maybe not everybody's heard of, but it's something that's massive already and is only getting bigger. So tell us a little bit then about what makes Casting Networks different, and then we'll start looking at people's profiles. I know you've got some stuff to show us that you can share with us. We'll start looking at what makes Casting Networks different to the other casting services out there, and dare I say Spotlight. Probably won't mention them an awful lot, but yeah, what makes it different?
Well, firstly, I would say since there are so many of these companies cropping up all the time, and of course everyone knows about Spotlight, but other ones that just seem to appear out of nowhere, and if actors are confused, they don't know, which ones to go with, which ones to trust. The first question I would ask them is which casting directors are using you, because like you say, you've been to several castings just this week. They're all using Casting Networks. I mean, it's very serious that we have names like Beverly Keogh, Amanda Tabak, all using the system.
Yeah.
In terms of actors, what they get that they don't get on any other platform at all, the Casting Network's profile follows the actor through the entire life of the casting. So, of course, you already have breakdown services, if you will, where agents can submit themselves using the profile to casting directors' briefs. Actors can submit themselves. That's where most of them stop. In fact, I think that's where all of them stop. But what we have is scheduling software, so casting directors can arrange their castings, use that profile to send out audition times, and agents can confirm that way. The same with going direct to actors, if it's something that's gone out to actors. But most importantly, when it comes to the actual recording of the casting itself, your Casting Network's profile is what goes attached to your audition video. So the person who's actually making the final decision on who gets the job, they will have your Casting Network's profile alongside the audition that they're watching. So it's not just you sending out your Casting Network's profile, it's the casting director sending out your Casting Network's profile to their clients.
Exactly. Yeah, this is what I kind of want to stress, because this is a big deal. And when I first had a look at Casting Networks, I was working freelancing in casting, and Casting Networks approached the casting directors I was working with, and they came and demoed the software. And the thing that I thought, well, with a lot of things that I thought were really, really clever about it, and we'll look at that in a minute. But actually, the importance of kind of keeping your profile, which we call it tricked out, like with lots of cool features that we're going to show in a minute, like videos.
Out.
But tricked out, I was going to say pimped out, but I don't know if you really, that's like really a great thing to...
They're both very kind of, 10 years ago, like Exhibit, Pimp My Ride, but I like it.
But yeah, exactly, you've got to pimp your profile, because that profile then, normally what happens in a casting is you have your casting recorded on a video, that then gets uploaded to some upload service somewhere, a link gets sent out to the client, and then they watch that. It's all very much integrated with Casting Networks, and I think that's why casting directors love it so much. They record their sessions through Casting Networks. It gets uploaded to a Casting Network specific server. That then has your profile attached to it. You can attach specific individual clips to your profile that then the client can look at. So not just your casting, but say for instance some special skills. I'm waffling on, but let's just show people, Martin, how it actually works.
Yeah,
it is different.
I mean, what do we want to see first? Because I can definitely start by showing you a Casting Network's profile.
Let's have a look at a profile, and then let's have a look at Dan's profile, and I can show you my profile. Let's just go off piece. I'll get my profile out and show what I've done with mine so far.
All right. Meanwhile, I'll get Dan's ready.
Right. Who wants to go first? Should I show mine?
Yeah, show yours. Go ahead.
You show us yours, and then we'll show you ours.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go then. Let's have a look. So I'm going to show people mine. So everybody should be seeing my Casting Networks profile. Now I apologise, there should be more pictures on this. I just had some new headshots taken.
Yeah,
I've not had all my smiley ones through, so I've only got a very intense, serious one. I was at a casting yesterday, and I saw it printed out on the top, and I thought, oh, a bit intense that. I'm going for like quite a nice role here, and I look a little bit scary. But here we go. So this is my profile. Now what you'll see is, like on regular profiles, you've got your headshot. Now there would be normally more pictures down here. You've got my voice reel there, my show reel, and that's obviously the full show reel. But what I love... Oh, sorry guys, what was that?
I'm just saying, you're looking good.
Looking good, obviously, but what I like about this, which is very different, and you can't do it on any other major profiles, major resources that I've seen, is I can add individual clips to my credits. So, for instance, Emmerdale, if I just click on that, let's have a look. If I go, let's click on Emmerdale, that pops up with just a clip of the scene or scenes from Emmerdale, which is really cool. So rather than a casting director going, "Oh, I've got to sift through 5 minutes of footage," they can just see instantly. Look at that. Yeah, it's terrible in that one. They can just see instantly a clip that I've done in Emmerdale, or we go, okay, then let's just have a look at another clip, and they can have a look at any stuff.
I believe you're a GP or not a GP.
I'm a doctor.
The doctor. Sorry.
I thought you were a nurse.
Dr. Hunter. No, I went for a park yesterday, which was a little bit different. That was not quite a nurse, but something along the same lines. But yeah, so I can show people individual credits and individual clips as opposed to just my main show reel.
Yeah, that's really important. That, like you're just pointing out, you can have full 4-minute clips attached to each credit. So you can have your main show reel, which is 4 minutes long, and then each individual clip attached to the credit can be 4 minutes long as well.
And if you're paying for media, which is £5 a month or 50 quid for the year, I mean, it's unlimited. You can add as many clips as you want. You can change your show reel as many times as you want, of course. But the clips are, well, I'll just say again, it's unlimited. So
you can have absolutely as much as you want. And another thing as well is
footage on your profile. Yeah, it's not a problem.
It's absolutely, and something that we'll look at later on as well is when you're submitting yourself for jobs, you can also attach a clip to your submission. So there was an advert that I was helping somebody cast recently for PlayStation where it needed some skateboarding skills. Now normally, you would submit yourself and you might be able to write, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at skateboarding." But with Casting Networks, people were actually able to go out on their iPhone, film themselves skateboarding, and then with their submission, then upload it with their submission. So again, rather than sifting through show reels or having to go to YouTube or a different site or that kind of thing, which is time consuming, the casting director can have everything out in front of them that will let them know that you're the best guy for the job. So let's have a look at Dan's profile then, or let's
Dan's profile.
Have a look at a different one.
What are you going to show us, Dan? What's on your profile?
Yeah, come on, Dan. I've shown you Emmerdale. What have you got?
Can you see that, Ross?
You probably stitched me up. Ooh, yeah, I'm not quite up to scratch with you, Ross. This is a little bit embarrassing. I didn't realise you were going to put out the big guns.
He's been in EastEnders. Hello.
Yeah, and you've got loads more pictures in there. Oh, that's a bit loud.
You kept the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Chasing Tail.
No, there's a good. Watch the. I mean, these are just examples. They're all going to be roughly the same sort of thing.
Turn your sound down, Dan. Turn your sound down before you play it. That EastEnders was a bit crazy.
Was it?
Sorry.
Seconds from Disaster. That's a good one.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see what you've got. So, I want to cast Dan in something.
Example. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but it's just an example of how you can.
The whole thing.
You can have the full 4 minutes if you want. So.
It's not the Dan show.
So you can, so you've got your full reel on there as well as all the clips, and you got your voice reel on there as well. So there's there's an awful kind of lot of flexibility with the profiles to show you at your best. And like we're saying, once you actually submit yourself and you get approved for a casting, you go and do your casting. That profile and all those clips are then available to the client. With your actual casting, with the video of you on the day. So they might go, "Oh, I'm not quite sure. Let's just have a little look at some other stuff they've done," and then they'll be able to see, specific clips.
I mean, let's well, I'll get it. I'll bring it up while you're still talking. But let's take a look at an actual example link. We have them right here.
Okay.
So let's say you've been in for your casting, and this is a Casting Networks link that a casting director would send to their client. Can you see all this?
Yes, I can see this is happening. Let me just select it so we just see that. There you
just
go.
To make that clear, this is what a casting director sees once they've run their session.
Yeah,
we're going to show you a bit behind the scenes here, guys. You wouldn't normally see this, and I think it's really useful for actors to actually see. When you've been for your casting, you might have been to a casting where you've used Casting Networks, or the casting you've used Casting Networks.
So I'm
this
just
is what they'll see.
Down on these clips, but
so this is what they then get as their final product. This is what they'll see. So we've got the down the left-hand side there. You've got all the headshots of everybody who went in for the casting. You've got their names, and you click on each person, you're going to see their videos. So this is this chap.
Yeah. So this chap Howard here. basically, client looks at this. Yeah, good audition. Let's have a look and see what else he's done. And as you can see, it's a Casting Networks link. So his Casting Networks profile is attached to the audition here. They can just open up his resume and see what else he's been in. I mean, let's hope Howard's got a pimped out profile.
Come on, Howard. Oh, it looks quite pimped.
Lips, but at least he's got his video and voice drill and photos up there, I guess. But
yeah, it's got lots of pictures. That's good. But yeah, so Howard could have had there, some of the clips. I think it's really useful. I think it's essential that people using Casting Networks, they do separate those clips out from their reel. It's a really cool feature that I think everybody needs to use.
I mean, if he didn't have it, then he'd be in the situation that John Actor here is in, where, he's gone in for the audition. We've got his name, so we know who he is.
Yep.
But, no.
Nothing.
What's this? Oh dear.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, because especially contact details. Like obviously, your headshot's really important, but your contact details as well. Because if you're represented, as long as you're with an agency, then it's only the agent's contact details that are available on the resume. But if you drop your, if you leave an agent or you haven't got one, then just make sure that your phone number and your email address are entered so that the casting director can get in touch with you.
It's absolutely, but yeah. So I mean, we'll talk about kind of like people signing up to Casting Networks later on. But let's just stress that it is free to join, guys. If you are represented as an actor, by the way, it is absolutely it's free through your agent. You can sign up. We'll talk about kind of the pricing policy and all that later on. But to have our basic profile, which is what you will see, you've seen on there when casting directors click on and see your picture. You can have that, for nothing. So we'll have a look at that in a bit more detail later on. But that's the kind of basics of the profile. So you've got the potential for unlimited media, so unlimited photos, unlimited voice reels, show reels, unlimited clips, and as long as you're pimping out your profile, then you're going to be head and shoulders above the rest when people, in a casting director wants to click on it, or a client wants to click on your link and look at more stuff of yours. They're going to go with the guy who's got more stuff or more stuff to show them.
Pimping is good. Pimping is good.
Pimping is always good, always good. So we're talking about casting directors and which casting directors you've got on board, because that's obviously a massive concern, I suppose, of a lot of actors. I'm going to sign up to your service, but who's actually using it? So we said I've got a list actually of some people who recently I've seen sending briefs out. So I've got Amanda Tabak. She casts a load of great film and TV projects. There's Hamilton. He does things like Fallout and Top Boy. You must have heard of Top Boy. Top Boy's massive drama. Beverly Keogh casting. They do all sorts of things, really top commercials, but they also do The Mill, Scott and Bailey, The Syndicate. They do a lot of high-end dramas. Michelle Smith does all the Jimmy McGovern stuff like Moving On and Common. Sasha Robertson, she did like the UK casting for a lot of films, like things like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Welcome to The Punch, that was with James McAvoy. So there's big casting directors using it, yeah. And are you getting casting directors more and more on board all the time?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Probably you probably see it if you're signed up. But I mean, this last month, I think we've had 1 or 2 new casting directors each week that have been joining up, started sending out briefs. I mean, the fact is that if you go to a casting at any of these places, so Candid Casting, Nash Studios, Des Hamilton, that is where they are going to be using Casting Networks to upload your audition video. So that is where it will be your Casting Networks profile, assuming you have one, that will be sent to the person who actually makes the decision, which is not the casting director. I'm sure most people know that, but some people don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, we say that all the time. Yeah, so in terms of who gets the call on who gets the job, it's not the casting director. The casting director literally directs the casting. It's their job to get everyone together, put them in front of the director, film them all, send their stuff off to a client or to the director or whoever it may be making those shots, an executive producer, and then it's them who make the call whether you get the job or not. And having, giving them access to your stuff and your resume and your other clips and stuff is obviously only a bonus. Before we move on, there's loads of stuff still to look at. We've barely scratched the surface, but let me just go to Twitter and just we'll start having a couple of questions from the Twitter sphere. Haley Cartwright says hello, Haley, hello Steve, again. Patricia. Hello, Patricia. Patricia says, hi, guys. Okay, this is something we can probably cover. Do agents get a separate feed like on Spotlight? So when they're sending stuff out, who gets, because you send email, I get emails from Casting Networks with jobs. Who is there a section going, we're going to send these just to these people, or we're going to send it just to agents, or how does that work?
It's very similar. So there will be a lot of jobs that casting directors, they just want agents to see, and there will be ones that they want to send out and get submissions direct from actors. I mean, it depends completely on the job and who the casting director is.
So I've seen stuff like in the last couple of weeks though from people like Des Hamilton. They just go, let's send this out to everybody. So I think it's just dependent on the casting director. Sometimes they're quite happy for everybody to apply. Go on.
Well, actually, and I guess from the unrepresented actor's point of view, if they're looking at casting Billboard, yes, they have access to all of those jobs. But something that shouldn't be overlooked as well is there's a feature called Talent Scout. A lot of agents love it. Again, it's a good reason to at least have that headshot on there, or the more the better. But at least if you've got the basic profile, which is the free headshot and the CV, the more skills you develop, the more credits you rack up. Agents can search Talent Scout. So if your profile's on Casting Networks and it's unrepresented, they can look at the entire database and they can contact you for representation.
Yeah,
absolutely. 'Cause I was going to say that's unlike some other services that are out there. You guys don't have a set criteria in terms of a number of credits, in order to join. So this is a really friendly service.
You have a professional headshot.
Yeah.
That's the criteria.
And actually, as I think Martin just started to say, but just to make that clear, if any agents are watching, if you're represented, then you're not on Talent Scout. If you're unrepresented, then yes,
agents can't browse other agents' talent.
Yes.
That would be like the Wild West.
You can't go out and nick other people's clients.
Yeah.
It's no, that's cool, but yeah, like I was saying, it's a really friendly service in that way, in terms of it welcomes people who are new to the industry, graduates, and people who haven't got those credits yet, or that work experience. You can sign up. Like I say, if you're represented by an agent, it's free. If you're unrepresented, there's a small price, and we'll go over that in a bit. But yeah, you guys will access everybody, which is a big plus. So let's have a look. Okay. So Steve says, "Hi Ross, can these guys please explain the filter function on the casting board and the page numbers in the top right of the page?" Oh, okay, so this is going to be. Should we move on and have a look at Casting Billboard?
Yeah, let's have a look at this, because
let's have a look at that, Steve. I'll answer this for you.
A common question. So let me just share the screen.
Patricia Jones has just tweeted, says she will be pimping her profile.
All right, good pimping, Patricia.
It's, Billy says it seems we're moving away from using an agent more and more. The casting directors are getting a wider shot at a casting, which I guess, in terms of, some people, we mentioned this with Michael Jackson on the last broadcast we did, casting director Michael Jackson. He was saying, some people just like to work on their own. They like to, it works better for them. Sometimes they don't necessarily, want an agent. They're that proactive. They go out and they do enough networking themselves, and using services like this and applying for jobs this way, that it just kind of works for them. So I suppose it does kind of open the.
It's up to the actor, and it depends on the agent. There's some great agents. Depends how well an agent works with that actor. I know a lot of actors whose agents are great, and they couldn't do anything without them, and it's very common. And I know a lot of people who've done very well for themselves. So. Yeah, I wouldn't say that we're moving away from agents full stop, but yeah.
It's even in the playing field a little bit, which is only a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely, if people have got the motivation to work on their own, then why not? So what are we seeing here then, Martin? Explain this to us.
So this is Casting Billboard's jobs board, okay? So it's not too dissimilar from stuff you've seen before. Various stuff here, Nintendo commercial, short film, there's a student film in there as well.
I'll do the Nintendo thing. I love Nintendo.
Yeah?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, put me down.
It's nothing that different than you wouldn't see on other stuff. But the filters, so you have Fit for Me. So now Fit for Me at the moment doesn't apply to emails. So you'll be emailed everything. That's going to change, but Fit for Me actually applies when you log in. So
okay.
The moment the Fit for Me filter is applied, you can turn that off. You can clear filters, and you can just see everything. You might want to just have a look and, say, okay, well, this isn't good for me. Woman shark bite casting brief, whatever that is. But I have a friend who probably would fit that, so why don't you join Casting Networks, you know?
Yeah.
And as you can see, one of these things is a student film, which get sent out a lot. A lot of people don't want to see that kind of thing, so you could filter out student films and just see commercials and pilots and promos. Yeah.
So just to be clear, by ticking these boxes on the left of the screen, that's what you're choosing to receive?
Yeah, that's what you do see.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't just tick student film, otherwise.
Yeah.
That's all you're going to see.
Not removing it, it's adding it.
Yeah.
So okay, so those filters on the left. So whatever you tick is what you want to see. Whatever you don't tick is what you don't want to see. And the Fit for Me, like we say, it won't work on emails at the moment, so everybody's going to be sent out everything at the moment, email-wise. But when you're logged in, you click Fit for Me. What does that do? Is that goes off your profile and just goes, I'm just going to show you.
Actually, when you're looking at the jobs board and you're logged in, Fit for Me is there by default.
Okay, cool.
So that will fit whatever criteria you have entered into your Casting Networks profile. So if you haven't, for example, entered your age range, and on the board you're seeing, oh, this is a role for a 70-year-old man, I'm not 70, that's because you haven't entered the age range. But the email, at the moment, yeah, you get that. So
cool. Okay, so yeah, so you need to log in.
Off if you don't want them.
So everybody should be logging in, I think, to in order to see all the Fit for Me stuff, and then you're going to get sent everything through email. That's there. So Steve, hope that answers your question a little bit. So the page number's on the top right of that, guys. That way, I guess that's just Page Nation, just to click through the jobs. Yeah.
Ross, I'd be interested to ask you as well. Like when I started out 5 years ago or so, and I was trying to figure out how to get yourself out there, your profile, you start to quickly realise there's these online platforms. But since I started working here, there definitely wasn't something as comprehensive as this available to, even if you're underrepresented, if you're seeing jobs and you can get yourself in front of casting directors purely by submitting yourself. I mean, of course, if you get the job or you get the audition, then fantastic. But just starting out, particularly, if you're on something like Casting Billboard, just putting yourself forward and having that ability to do that, your profile's starting to get out there. It's on the internet. It's a private database, so if you Google yourself, you're not going to be publicly on the internet.
Yeah, not just anyone can see.
Yeah, exactly. So you're putting yourself in a professional sense to casting directors. So I just don't think that should be overlooked, because when I first started, if I had a resource like this, I think it would have been very beneficial.
I'm exactly the same. Yeah, definitely. It's something that I think is absolutely the most comprehensive kind of thing. I mean, there are other services out there that I won't, kind of compare to. Don't want to be slating anybody, but I do see an awful lot of other services out there that you can pay for, and significant amounts of money as well. Keep saying we're going to go over pricing of this, but it's nowhere near as expensive as the other stuff that's out there. And a lot of stuff that's out there as well. Everything I get, all the emails I get, it's all unpaid stuff, or it's all student films. The Casting Networks.
We have student films as well, but you can filter that stuff out if you don't want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. But what I think with Casting Networks is as well is it's the first service that I've seen that doesn't have criteria to join, that actually goes, well, actually, you know what, you can apply for really good paid jobs as well with decent casting directors. Whereas on a lot of the other services, I don't know if it's just because casting directors don't want to put their briefs out on those sort of services, but it's more student stuff or unpaid work, which is great when you're starting out. I'm not against that at all. I think if it's the right job and you're going to get good credit from it, and you're going to be happy with the real material that you get, then do that. I'm definitely not against that. But in terms of a service, I think Casting Networks is the first one I've seen where you don't have to have all those credentials, and you can start applying straight away for decent jobs that pay good money as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. I mean, our criteria, as I say, is that you have a professional headshot. It's nothing to do with number of credits or what school you went to or anything like that. I mean, really, a casting director, I think, should judge you on your headshots and your acting ability. If you've done some of these smaller productions or bigger productions, they can look at your reels and judge you that way.
So yeah, definitely. No, it's. I think that's really, really cool. So hopefully, we've covered the Casting Billboard thing a little bit for you there, Steve, and that's the answer for that. We just had a question from Adam. Oh, it's not a question. It's more of a plus for you guys. So Adam Bossons, big shout out to Adam. Did a Jet2 commercial with Adam once. He's a good lad. And he said, "Hi guys, love the sign-in feature when casting. Saves filling in forms, makes things easier and faster." So let's talk a little bit about that. Why are people now? And this is another thing that I think casting directors are falling in love with the service because they don't have to go through reams and reams of paper. But why are people being handed iPads when they go to castings now? What's that all about?
Well, I mean, you've been to enough castings. I mean, you know how many times you've gone to the same studio and then had to fill out the same information again.
Yeah.
And really, you'd much rather be thinking about, well, how am I going to do this audition? Because you've been handed a form with loads of questions to fill out that you've filled in a million times before, and you've got a script that you've just been given, and you've got 5 minutes. And the person at reception is saying, no, you've got to do that form first, it's more important.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that.
And I always, guys, forget the last 3 digits of my agent's phone number because it's either, well, I won't say it on.
I was going to say, the agent's phone number is one of them. It covers a whole lot, but actually I love just not having to remember the agent's phone number. Because
I'm going, is it 881 181?
So the idea is, you know, you check in on the iPad, you fill out your sizes, your contact details for wardrobe. Once you do that, that is in the system. Obviously, it's not public information, but if you go and check in at another audition, you then just need to type in your name, and your profile will come up, select, checked in, done. Of course, you know, there are...
disclaimers?
What are they? Forgotten what they're called, but there'll be forms specifically to do with the commercials sometimes. I mean, we can't do
sometimes you have to sign. Yeah, you have to sign a specific thing to say there's no.
It basically means every time you go in, you don't have to fill out your waist, your leg size, your dress size, your all of your measurements and your basic attributes are on your profile. So as soon as you checked in, that's sorted. If you're unrepresented, then it's your contact details that are available, so you don't need to fill that in. If you are represented, it's your agent's details that are available on the profile. So all of that's covered, and like Martin said, if there's anything specific to the commercial, yes, you'll still have to fill those out, like a disclaimer or some sort of insurance form.
Yeah.
But the regular paperwork is then taken care of by checking in on the iPad.
I worked at a casting studio, and every second person I'd have to get the tape measure out. Look at that. No, and it's kind of not good for the environment, getting all that scrap paper. So
absolutely, and just your details hanging around, you know, just going. Well, why are these pieces of paper going?
You can just shred the forms afterwards, but I don't remember seeing a shredder being reused as scrap paper. Sometimes with like famous people's contact details on them. So yeah.
No, absolutely. And what happens, so just so everybody knows, once you've signed in on the iPad, that then wirelessly is communicated to the casting director's laptop, which will be in the casting room, which will then bring you into a group, so they know you're here. So then,
or if they really swish an iMac, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, an iMac, yeah. You know, it's that goes straight through to them, and then they literally just drag you in. I know you guys were doing some maintenance on that software tonight, so it might not be available to show. Is that anything? Is that available? Or
just now, and it's still unavailable, which is a shame because I wanted to record me and then upload it to a casting and then send it off to the interwebs, but I won't be able to demo that for you tonight.
Okay, well that's okay. Well, let's just talk about it because this is I wanted people to understand why casting directors are loving this software and why, because of this, this is the main reason they want all the actors to be on it. You guys developed some software called Fast Capture, which when I first used it, I thought, wow, this is going to revolutionise the way that casting works. Normally, what used to happen in a casting, when I used to work in casting, what would happen is you might do a full day of castings from 10 till 5. You might be seeing 70 people, and you would have your little camera, and you would have a memory card in the camera that you would maybe go, right, I can get 10 castings on this memory card. So you film your castings, and then every 10th one, you take the card out, you give it to a runner, they run upstairs, they start uploading it. If you've not got the luxury of having a runner to upload it as you go like that, you end up at the end of the day with 7 memory cards full of castings, and your casting finishes at 5 o'clock, and you then go, right, okay, I'm supposed to be finished now, but I'm now going to spend, honestly, some nights we were there till 10:30, uploading stuff and making sure that it was online, and then you'd have to convert the video, then you have to upload it, then you have to send your links out to the clients, and it was an absolute nightmare. Your day was 12 hours, 13 hours long sometimes. What Casting Networks does is Fast Capture is installed on the MacBook that they're going to be using. The camera streams the video feed to the MacBook. It's recorded instantly on the MacBook. It then, when you've had your audition finished, it finalises it, and it starts uploading that in the background whilst the next person is auditioning. So at 6 o'clock, well, 5 o'clock when your audition's all finished, by 5:05, that last person's been uploaded to Casting Networks. That link's gone out to the client, and the Casting Networks' job's done.
Yeah. Well, you've just explained it. You just said, I mean, you could just get down the pub. I mean, I've worked in, as I said, in casting studios before, and yeah, it would be the filming and then the painstaking uploading. It's done at the same time. I've just tested Fast Capture again, and it looks like it's working. So I am going to try and demo.
Let's have a demo, guys. If it doesn't work, apologies, but I want to show you this so you understand. I think it's so useful to understand how casting works. Show them, Martin. Let's have a look at this because it is great.
All right, so here we go. This is Fast Capture. This is what Beverly Keogh Casting or Emma Stafford would be using once you're in the room. So let's say Ross Grant has just walked in.
Yeah, I've just popped in for a bit.
Just popped in for a quick casting. There he is. Doo-doo-doo. Our hero we're seeing him for today. And what that effectively does is that tags you in this audition video that we're going to send off to the client, okay?
So it's already got my agent there. It's already got there. It's got the role that I'm going for. It's got my name, so nothing can be spelt wrong. My agent's details can never be wrong. Everything's there.
Yeah. And this is going to go full screen, so don't be scared, but we record a video. Hi, yeah, name's Ross. My agent is da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
So that is recording the video now. That's recorded.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to see it pop up there.
Hello. I can add a little note.
Ross was amazing. He's the best. Should get the part.
Was amazing. I'll write amazing. I won't write amazing.
So this happens, guys. This is what happens. But when people are, if you're in an audition and the casting director starts typing on his computer or something, don't be put off by that and think, oh God, he's ignoring me.
Yeah.
You know, it could be typing something really good about you. So don't worry about that.
So I've just sent that off to the internet to be uploaded, and I don't need to do anything. I can just call Dan in for his audition. Dan.
Let's get Dan's in. Come on, Dan.
Also our hero, so he's a competition for today.
Oh God, who's going to get it?
Well,
there's Dan.
Hey, it looks like the same two guys as before. That's weird. Okay.
So that appears. Write a note about Dan. Not as good as Ross. Oh, he's not even bothered.
I didn't write anything.
Whatever, Ross. Just because you got more credits than me.
I don't know about that, to be honest.
All right.
Right, cool. So now you need to share your browser and let's go and have a look at that.
Right, so hang about. We don't want to be here. We want to be in sessions. Act on this.
There's the acts on this session. We did plan this. And look at that. So instantly already.
So this is what Ross Grant looks like. And
Michael, so that would be my audition piece. Already
he's that good an actor, he can play two characters who look nothing like him at the same time. Hired.
Yes.
So the client, you know, you can look at this. Obviously, you know, you can look at your resume as well. Just say, well, I mean, I'm pretty much sold on his audition video, but I want
to just have a look at his other stuff as well.
Take a look at his Emmerdale. Might watch
look
that.
Look at a different one. Look at a different one.
Nice. Emmerdale, this one.
No, we've looked at that one. That's the Doctor one.
I won't.
Dr. Hunter.
Look at a better one.
What were you in the first Emmerdale?
So what I was gonna do, sorry guys.
Oh.
What I was gonna do, the director could look at that. So yeah, two actors, same time. Emmerdale, so good they called him back.
Yeah. No.
So that's them marked as green, and yeah.
Oh yeah, so you tick. So that and then that what happens there? So I go right. I'm a select now.
Well, yeah, you're a select. So you know, the client can, you know, they can in the session they can get pics. Our hero, and these are all the people I picked from today's casting session.
So that's it, guys. Look,
but I went with this guy.
You got the job, Ross. Nice.
Got it. Yes. Didn't even look at your audition, but look, guys, right? Everybody watching.
The casting director made a note. He was amazing.
Amazing.
Look how important your profile is, right? Because, I mean, literally, you've just seen it there. You see my audition. It could be as simple as that. They look at your audition and they go, right, that was great, but we just want to check some other stuff. Let's just see what else he's done. Instantly, they don't have to go through a 5-minute show reel. You've got your clip uploaded there individually. They might just go, well, actually, this part is similar to the one that he's going for now. It's another doctor. Let's just look at that. Right, okay, we know he kind of looks good in that part, and that's what we can do. Give you a green tick. Boom, done.
And on that note as well, someone said it to me today, one of my colleagues pointed out, it's really easy working with casting directors and agents every day. You're thinking, God, they know these people, they know who they're calling in, they get to see actors regularly. But yes, they run the castings, but they work with so many different clients. So it could be a brand this week and a new brand the next day or the following week. The people who are the producers, the directors, they might not know the actors. Likelihood they don't at all. This could be the first time they see them. So yes, a casting director might call you in regularly because they know you, they know you're reliable, they know your face. But those who are actually making the decisions have never seen you before. So they will look at your headshots, they will look at your credits and your show reels if you've got them.
That is a good point. Can we edit that so it looks like I'm saying it on the?
You can take credit for that. Absolutely. Yeah. It's no, definitely. It's that's massively important. Other tools, I'm just kind of like thinking what else we can show them from the casting director's perspective of just to give them a bit more of an insight of a casting. Have you got a scheduler there we can look at?
I have actually.
So you've seen, guys.
You've asked that. It's almost like we've talked about this.
Yeah, it is almost, isn't it? So you've seen, guys, how it makes casting simple. I mean, it really does make it so much more simple in terms of uploading clips. And you've seen how your profile and how important it is to have it up to date integrates with that. Let's have a look then at how it makes not just casting directors' lives simpler, but agents as well, because casting directors and agents communicate through casting networks very, very simply.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is what a casting director sees when they've sent out a breakdown and they're going through all their submissions. So we're going to say definitely 100% Paul Talent. That's first choice.
Yeah.
Joanna
Taylor. We want to see him.
And Cicely Tennant second. Who else? Who else we got down here? Andrea Bogart.
So this, guys, isn't who they want to see in terms of who gets the part first or second. These are the people going, right, if I can see all of these number ones, these are the people I want to see first. Then if they're not available, then I'll see the twos or I'll see the threes or, that kind of thing. It's how interested they are in seeing each talent before they call, for the audition.
It's exactly that, yeah. I mean, that all corresponds to the scheduler tool that they have. So, okay, I'm casting on the 28th. Let's build a time frame here. I want to see our hero, and I've got from 10. I'll see people every 10 minutes. I got from 10 till 12. Then I'm going to be kicked out of the studio. So let's see how many of those people I can actually see.
Yeah, sorry, just to be clear, we're doing this in slightly back to front order. What you saw before was the casting in session. This is what the casting director does to organize that, to make it happen. So this is all the agents who have submitted their talent, and then this is how the casting director makes their selects prior to the audition.
Yeah, so this is basically, you've just sent a brief out and you're going, right, who do we see for the brief? We look at the submissions, we go, right, okay, well, we like the look of that guy, let's bring him in for an audition, we like them, and then this is how it gets scheduled.
Yeah, and it's built the casting director a schedule for them, so they can move people around. Actually, I'd like to see Andrea and Joanna in the same time slot, and we'll move Todd Corte, move him. He can be kind of the follow-up to Paul Talent, the whirlwind that is Paul Talent, and they can just send out times to the agents, and the agents can come back and confirm availability. It's all interactive if they're asking for different times. It's a lot easier to do this than to, get an eraser out and scribble out your writing, which, believe me, actually, yeah, it still goes on. But
Yeah, honestly, in terms of some castings, people don't realise how much work goes into even calling a casting. If you've got to see 70 people in one day and you've got to see them once every 5 minutes, and you've got to fit all that in, and then you then you ring up the agents initially, and you say, right, okay, can I see Dave at 1 o'clock or that kind of thing? You put them in. Half an hour later they ring you back and go, oh, Dave can't do 1 now, he can only do 3. You've got to go through, might have to ring a different agent up to go, oh, can your person move forward now, move back? It can honestly take you a full day to just call a casting. Whereas with this, again, another reason why casting directors love it and will need you to be on it is because it just makes their job a heck of a lot simpler.
Yeah, I mean, we just did it. And then going back to fast capture.
Sorry, before we go away from that last point, Ross, when we were showing you the scheduler, was that on the screen? Could everyone see that?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Everyone could see the scheduler, couldn't you?
I see that daily. So I work on the agency side. There's a team of guys here. Martin does as well. Run the casting director side, and I see it when it's the process has already started to happen. So I normally see the schedule once it's been organised. But I can guarantee you, okay, yes, the casting director may schedule some new profiles or profiles without pictures for some of the actors who may be a bit more reputable, may have been doing it for a while, but the majority of the time, especially if you're unrepresented, I rarely see an unrepresented actor without a headshot in a schedule. I guarantee if you're unrepresented, they will put you into schedules, but the ones that I see have a more visual profile. I mean, it varies. They'll at least have the headshot up. Some of them have the all singing, all dancing, or some have either the show reels up or the photos. But if they're making selects of new actors, that's integral. You must have that headshot on there.
Yeah, the first headshot's free. I mean, I've seen suggestions from non-represented actors putting themselves forward without a headshot, and then in the tiny little notes section it says, "Here's a link to my website."
Yeah.
So you have to expand to see that. So what you're seeing is, oh, look at them. There's nothing there. Look at them. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to have a headshot. Dave has just tweeted. Dave Heels, he's a producer. He said that he would rather see as well. He said, a bad up-to-date headshot rather than a great-looking very old headshot. Again, it's got to be a professional headshot to upload to Casting Networks, but it's got to be up to date as well. You don't want to be calling people in and going, wait a minute, we said this so many times before, but who are you? You don't look anything like you do on your headshot.
Yeah. So what I wanted also to show was that schedule that we just built. So let's say it's the next day now, it's the day of the casting. Add talent, there's the schedule we had. And that's everyone that's coming in today.
And there you go, so everybody's been brought in. Tennant, Barnett, Taylor, Talent, Grant, Corte, whatever. And there you go, Joanna's ready for her audition. So it's so good. Everything integrates, just makes everybody's life so much easier. That's why it's growing at the speed that it's growing. But I think it's just important to show everybody that. I hope everybody's kind of glad they've seen that, because I think it's important to have a little behind-the-scenes look at, everybody's going, oh, casting directors love it, you should be on it, but we're showing you why they love it now.
It's hard to know, if you're an actor just going in and out of castings, what exactly goes on after you leave the room, and well, more importantly, before you get in the room.
So yeah, definitely. So before we look at, we might as well, next thing we look at is kind of how people join, how they sign up, and the pricing policy, and that kind of thing. But before we do, guys, I just want to stress as well, and we've put this out on all the correspondence we've had so far, but I've not mentioned it yet tonight. Anybody who tweets us tonight, by the way, will go into a random prize draw at the end of this broadcast, so sometime in the next probably 20 minutes. We're going to draw one member, one member of the audience at random to receive a full unlimited media profile to Casting Networks UK, which would work out at £100 a year. So it's a great prize that you can get absolutely for free just for taking part. So if you've not tweeted us yet, or you've not asked a question, get tweeting. If you have tweeted us, tweet us again. Doesn't matter. But we will draw one at random in about 20 minutes' time to actually get a full year's unlimited media profile worth £100. So just thought I'd mention that.
But that's unlimited media and unlimited photos as well for £100.
Yeah, so unlimited everything basically. Upload as many pictures as you want, of many individual clips as you want, your show reel, voice reel, the full shebang. Doesn't get better than that.
Yeah.
And obviously being able to apply for jobs is included in the free profile anyway. So you got that just in case anyone was wondering. That's all.
So absolutely, let's give a round of applause for that. Love that. Boom. Right, so let's go over pricing structure then, because this can sound a little bit complex, guys, everybody watching, but we're going to talk you through it and how it actually works. So, who wants to do this? Do you want to do this, guys?
Yeah, I can do this. I mean, you have the free basic profile, which, I mean, basically, if you are a represented actor, you have an agent, you can be on casting networks for free with all your sizes, all your credits, and the first headshot, that's free, and you can apply for jobs with that profile, and that's free. You wouldn't have to pay anything for that.
That's if you've got an agent, yeah? So if you're represented, you get all that for free.
Yeah. If you're not represented for the exact same thing, it is a £10 subscription fee for the year. So £10 for the year.
So it's a full year. It's not even £1 a month.
No.
Exactly. So, so that's the first stage then. So we've got basic profile, one picture, your CV, and the ability to apply for jobs. Free if you've got an agent, or £10 a year if you've not got an agent. Now, if you have got an agent, you need to get in touch with your agent to get an agency code in order to actually fill in when you're on Casting Networks as you're signing up, so that you fall underneath their umbrella.
Yeah, so when you sign up, the first thing you'll be asked is, do you have an agent? Yes, no, yes, please enter your agency code. So, yeah, what you said. Just get that code from your agent.
Which was another thing I was going to say, guys, because this is a new service, not all agents are necessarily going to be on it yet. If your agent isn't on it, tell them to get on it, because you don't have to spend the £10 then. If they just sign up, which doesn't cost them anything, then if they get involved with it and you can sign up, then you save yourself that £10 a year. So you need to be in touch with your agents and telling them, look, I've seen Casting Networks, I've seen it working, this is how good it's going to be. I'm sure they've heard of casting directors, how many people are using it now.
It's easy to get to casting directors, and there's mediums like this to get to actors, but there's no, as far as I know, there's no podcast that all the agents tune into, so it's hard to get agents to understand as to how widely this is used, and that every time they're sending you to these castings, it's your Casting Networks profile. So your agent, of course, is on it.
Jane loves it. Jane Hollywood, if you're watching, it's 112 people, 113 people currently watching now. Jane, if you're one of them, thanks. Thanks very much. Thanks for being involved.
I speak to Jane quite a lot. She's very, very nice.
She's good, isn't she? She's all right, Jane.
Andros.
Exactly. No, she's good. She sent me for an audition yesterday. I'm happy. So that's the basic profile. Now, if we want to mix it up a bit, and we want to start adding more than one picture, and we want to add our voice reel and individual clips and our show reel, what's the pricing structure for that? Because there's a monthly structure and a yearly structure. Let's look at the monthly structure first.
Yeah.
Can I take this one?
Go ahead.
I try and explain this regularly, and I think the most simple way to put it, there's only one difference between the pricing structure for photos and for show reels, and that's that you can add a one-off photo at £15 a photo. So if you had one, maybe two photos, it might be worthwhile. So two photos would be £30, one photo would be £15. Then where both photos and videos become the same, it's either £5 a month ongoing. You can cancel it at any time, and it will revert back to your original basic profile. So you could start to add these things, paying for the features. If at any point you wanted to cancel that £5 a month, you can. It will revert back to your basic profile. So you'll always have the one headshot on there and the CV. If you pay 6 months up front, you get 1 month free. So you pay £50 for photos, you pay £25 for photos or £25 for videos for 6 months, and then that's the same for a year, but you get 2 months free if you pay a year up front. So £50 for photos, £50 for videos. The most you would pay all in for 1 year is £100, and that's everything.
I'm going to say, yeah, to make it simple,
you can pay that monthly at £5 a month, or if you pay at 6 months up front, you get a month free, and if you pay a year up front, you get 2 months free.
Yeah, so to recap, unlimited photos, £5 a month, or £50 for the year. Unlimited videos, £5 a month, or £50 for the year. Unlimited everything.
Media, so that includes audio as well.
So videos and audio. So unlimited videos and audio.
Audio, but just so you know, just in case you thought we was like that.
Yeah. Just so you know, so yeah, unlimited photos, £5 a month, or £50 a year. Unlimited media, which includes audio and video and all your individual clips, £5 a month or 50 quid a year. The simplest way to put it is, if you just sign up for a year, it's 100 quid, all in, everything, and that's what we're going to be giving away.
That's the simplest way. If you prefer the upfront to the modular way of doing it, fine, you can do that. But some people like the flexibility of, I might want to put my subscription on hold because I'm going away or I'm in a film, or
Yeah, and actually on this topic of the pricing of it, before you even think about paying for it, I would recommend, because from an actor to any actors out there, I would say just get on it and have that one headshot in the CV. And as we say to people, only pay for things if you see value in it. If you like the system, you can try it. I don't think there's another platform that's as good as this that offers that sort of value. You can get on it. Put your headshot on, put your CV on, see if you like it. You can do a lot with that profile. If you have an agent, they can submit you. If you don't, you can submit yourself. And then, if you land a job, or you just think maybe this would get me the job, I'll add a few photos or I'll add my show reel. Then you can decide. But at least it gives you the flexibility to decide.
So yeah, absolutely. You can just choose, I suppose, whether you want to try it or not. There's no service out there really as comprehensive as this lets you do that. The other main service, it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's about 150 quid a year as well. It's a little bit dearer. So it's good value. Casting Networks had a couple of questions come in at the moment. Billy said, "Where do I change my sizes on his profile?" You just do that when he logs in and edits his profile, yeah?
Yeah. I might be able to. I could be setting myself up for a fool here if I get this wrong. I may have to call us tomorrow, but I'm sure it's. Let me have a look. My profile. Oh, it is my profiles.
Or we can do it from here.
Yeah. So you got your profiles down here. You may have one or a few.
Can you Ross? Can you see the screen that we're looking at?
Yeah, I've got that. Yep. Jessica Shamar.
Jessica Shamar.
Shamar.
Jess works in the office and she's kindly lent herself as a demo profile.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Our internet seems to have got stuck though, just as I was at that crucial moment.
Crucial moment. It's because everybody's going on Casting Networks because we're telling them to get on the profiles. We're just going. It's going crazy.
I think it's the video conversation we're having and the uploading I was doing in our office. I'm going to give that one more try. Actually,
holding the bandwidth.
Some bandwidth.
Come on.
Thinking about it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how far the guy got when he was looking to edit his sizes, but it is in here. Edit.
Right.
I can show you that much at least.
Billy, so you click on edit, and you will be able to edit all your sizes in there. Whilst we're just talking about multiple profiles, guys, Tracy Lushinson says that she's got a few profiles. She must have more than one agent. It says for separate agents. Can I link them so I don't have to upload my photos stats for each one, or do they have to be kept separate?
Yeah, you can link them together, Tracy. Just drop us an email, talentsupport at castingnetworks.co.uk, and we'll be able to sort that for you.
Awesome. So Tracy, so just give them that email address again, Martin.
Talentsupport at castingnetworks.co.uk or support at castingnetworks.co.uk. Either's good.
Excellent. So drop them an email, Tracy, and they'll be able to link that for you.
Also, I mean, this is a test profile, so we've got 3 different ones in here. But if you have additional representation, or you gain additional representation, you want to add a new profile. Well, it looks like I still can't show you that, but you can. you can in your account add a new profile, and then so you see here, add new profile, agency represented, and then the same as when you first sign up, it asks you for an agency code. So if you've got the agency code of your new agent, you can just add it, and then that becomes one of your profiles.
Cool, but you can link those for people with more than one. Yeah.
I mean, that example we had just there was someone who had linked them. I mean, we work off accounts rather than profiles. So if you have, say, 2 agents, one for commercials, one for theatrical, rather than having one page with your agents listed down the side, you have a different profile for each representation, and you may want more commercial clips and headshots on the profile for the commercial agent and more theatrical stuff a theatrical agent.
So, yeah, absolutely. It's that's more of like an LA thing where you have two agents for those, but that's possible. Darren says, "Oh, sorry."
I was just going to say, with any of this, like the support here is really thorough. So anytime you want to pick up the phone or drop us an email, do. Especially the talent side. You'll probably speak to Jess, but if Jess is busy, you'll speak to one of us. But the support is non-stop. So if you want any hand with your profile, whether you're 6 months down the line with it or just getting set up, drop us an email at the address Martin just gave us. Should we give the contact details at the end again?
Yeah, we'll do that at the end, and I'll make sure that they're on the...
Just get in touch, because it's as much help as you need, we can give it.
I'll make sure the contact details are on the recording page of this. This is going to be recorded, guys. If you ever want to look back at this and look back at some of the stuff we covered tonight, we're going to be recording available maybe sometime later tonight if I can edit in time, or it'll be available sometime tomorrow at the Act on This in the live recording section. Darren says, Darren Hammock, hello to you, says, hi, would you know if you have LA management on your list? So is that a separate service for the LA side of stuff to the UK at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that is a separate database, LA Casting in Los Angeles. So, if you wanted to be an actor in LA and be on LA Casting, you have to be licensed as an actor in LA. If that's what he meant, I believe there is an agency in the UK with the title LA Management, and the fact that I know that I guess means the answer.
You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because, would you know if you have LA Management on your list? So is LA Management on the list?
Yeah. We do.
There you go, Darren. I got it completely wrong. I was just thinking of America, but there we go. Oh well, that's solved. So so if you're with LA Management, Darren, get your agency code from them, and you'll be able to sign up for a free profile. It will cost you nothing, and obviously you can upgrade that if you want. Antonia says, thanks for the behind-the-scenes insight tonight, demystifying and practical stuff. Antonia, absolute pleasure. That's what we're here for. Darren says again, it all looks good. He needs to revisit his profile. Yeah, get your profile pimped out, Darren. So that's cool. Right, so we've been through the pricing. We've shown everybody the behind-the-scenes sort of stuff. We've gone through that. What's the future then? Let's talk about the future for Casting Networks. Where do you guys expect to go?
Well, we've recently moved into France as well, with some contacts that we're gaining in other European countries also. I mean, eventually the goal, I would say, is that a casting director, if they're casting a project, which already happens, they're casting a big commercial project where they need people in Germany, Spain, UK. Really, we want casting directors to be able to brief that out and cast it all on one system.
So you want to go global eventually?
Global is the word.
That's a much better way of saying it than what I just said, but yeah.
Yeah, but you're asking about the future. That is the future goal. But just also to be clear, we want to make sure we do a good job everywhere that we move to. So at the moment, the focus is very much doing the best job we can here and making it work as best as we can for agents, casting directors, and actors. I think the good thing about doing things like this is it gets the word out as well, because it's very tempting just to go to these different locations, because as soon as especially casting directors get to see this side. I was baffled when I first started here that this sort of thing wasn't available, but realizing that, I can understand why any casting directors who see this software, they want to get their hands on it, but I think there is an element of making sure that we do the right thing where we're at the moment, and then we'll look to expand further. But it is breaching out.
It's and I can vouch for these guys well in terms of the support. You mentioned the support a minute ago, Dan, and how good it is. Some of the casting directors that I've worked with, you guys, nothing has been too much. You guys have come up for like days to spend with them teaching them the system. I've picked up the phone, to speak to you guys on numerous occasions, and the support has been spot on. So if you do have any other stuff and other questions after this broadcast, guys, definitely drop them an email or give the office a call. I can vouch that it's very good service, and I'm sure you guys will end up achieving that global goal of yours. I reckon that'd be nice, and then I can work in lots of European countries and get well paid.
Yeah.
which will be cool.
It was talked about today. This is a bit. It's not pie in the sky. It's very much on our radar. But the final decisions need to be made. But of course, as this moves into different countries, it was mentioned today about the idea of if you're signed up with Casting Networks UK, could you link your profile to Casting Networks America? The possibilities are definitely there, but these things are in the pipeline. We're definitely thinking about them, but that could be a big game changer. If you could have a profile that then could extend to France, America, Germany, I would certainly want that.
That's what Billy has just literally tweeted us this second. He goes, how can a UK actor get licensed to work in the USA, and will you need a separate account on Casting Network? So I guess in the long run, you want to have profiles that will be available in America and in the UK. Regarding getting licensed to work in America, Billy, it's a big job. You would need
California especially is very strict.
It's you would need what's called an O1 visa, which is basically it says that you are and the title is you're an alien of extraordinary ability. So you basically need to prove to the American government that you're a particularly amazing actor, or you've already got a job over there in America, and you have something called a petitioner who can then put your case forward to the government and say, look, we want Billy in our project. He's the only guy who can play this role. Look at his status in the UK. He's done this, and this. It'd be really good to have over here. You apply for your O1 visa. It costs a fair amount of cash.
You'll find a wife over there.
Or get married. That's the other one, Billy. Yeah, get married to an American girl.
Go and flash your English accent and just see what happens.
It's as simple as that. So you either need a good job over there, or someone who's saying they're going to employ you, or you need an American wife. A friend of mine did the American wife thing. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but he got his green card.
Hey.
It's they were in love for a while, I think. But yeah, so that is the way.
You need to change direction here. No, do it the legitimate route. Go and prove your talent, and go and get an O1 or an A1 visa.
An O1 visa. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you need. Yeah, it's ideally you would get it for the maximum term an O1 visa can be issued for is 3 years, and then you would either renew it at the end of that or not. But yeah, an O1 visa, look into it. I was applying for one for a friend of mine over the last couple of weeks. It's a bit of a hard slog, but we got there. And that will enable you to work legally out there. Heather Walker says, love listening, guys. So much clearer now. Hopefully you mean Casting Networks, Heather, and not our connection in the video. Hopefully it's been quite clear. But yeah, cheers for tuning in. So, have we got anything else to talk about before we do the draw, or shall we just go straight to the draw? See who we're going to give a profile to. If you've not tweeted us yet, guys, to be in with a chance, I'm going to give you 60 seconds now to tweet us. All you got to do is press that button that's just up here. If you're watching this live, you'll see a Twitter button just above the screen here. Click on that, tweet us, and you'll be in the chance of winning this 1 year unlimited media and unlimited photo profile. To Casting Networks UK, worth £100. Billy says, "Cheers for that." He got marriage. No, he's on the other bus. He says, "Well, maybe I don't know. I don't know how that works out in America. If that's they've caught up yet."
Yeah, you're good to go, right?
Yeah. Go for it.
Go for it, Billy. Boom. Get yourself a visa, or just get a job. But yeah, either will work. Excellent. So you've got 30 seconds, guys, to tweet us, and then I'm going to be drawing one at random. What I do normally is get my phone out, and I'm going to share my phone screen, my Twitter screen, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to literally just run my finger down here, and you guys are going to say stop, and then whoever we land on gets it. It's kind of random. I think it should stack up if anybody complaining when it's not random. It is random.
You don't have a national lottery style ball machine or anything.
Unfortunately, we don't have the budget for that, but I would like one. That would be nice.
I don't want you to announce that the winner is Ross Grant again.
Exactly. Go. Yeah, the winner is. It's me. Wait a minute. Whose profile am I on here? Am I on my own? I'm on my own Twitter profile here. Better get on the ads on this one, hadn't I? Yeah. Otherwise, I would be the winner. Right, okay, so let me share this with you guys and you'll actually see what I'm doing now. This is technology for you. Look at this, my phone, wireless, in my hand. Now look, you guys can see it. Can you see that?
No, you've just frozen.
That's just you frozen, mate.
What about now?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we're in.
There you go. I'll just keep it on me for a second. There you go. Eric James Dean, like the broadcast. Big shout out to you, EJD. He's a good lad. By the way, guys, just want to say to everyone as well, whilst you're on this, because I don't get a chance to say it very often, we do, it's great meeting up with people online like this, which is fantastic, breaking all the boundaries. But once a month in Manchester, hopefully we're going to start doing them in London later this year. On the first Saturday every month, we do an Acts on This meetup where people in the community, Twitter followers, anybody who's in acting involved wants to come and chat. We do an amazing kind of like three-hour meetup on a Saturday morning, first Saturday every month, in somewhere called the Corner House in Manchester. Amazing coffee and cakes, and it would be great to see everybody who's turned out tonight. In person, come and meet us in real life. That would be good to get people down. You can find out more about that in the forums on the Acts on This website. If you're not a member of Acts on This, come over and join. It's free completely, and you can get involved with everything. So let's have a look. Got another tweet here. Tim Paley, very enlightening podcast, guys. Enjoying it and chasing a couple of queries with you shortly. So there you go.
Right.
Tim's a good guy as well. Say that again.
No,
Said speak to you soon, Tim.
Oh, right, speak to you soon.
Yeah.
Speak to you soon, Tim. Right, so what I'm going to do is a little demo, is I'll do this so it flicks down, and then I'll just stop on someone, and whoever I stop on is going to win it. So it's down to you guys to shout stop. Who's going to shout stop?
Stop.
Well, not yet. I meant who's going to shout stop. So Dan's going to shout stop. Right, you ready, Dan?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, if you've not tweeted yet, then it's tough. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm going to roll it. Go.
Stop.
Stop. Adam Bossons.
Adam. Nice one, Adam.
Love the signing. Adam was the guy who loved the signing feature when casting. Saves filling in forms, makes things easier and faster. Adam, £100 Unlimited Media Casting Network's profile goes to you, kid, just for tweeting us and getting involved tonight.
Boss.
Yeah.
Ons.
Exactly, Adam Boss Ons. Adam does a lot of commercials. He's a bit of a model, aren't you, Adam? As well. He's did a commercial once. That Adam also he played in a different part in a different one. But yeah,
you know everyone who's tweeted. Is it just all your mates that you get to listen to your show?
no, it's people in the community, isn't it? You get a call every single day. I know. There's like 1,200 actors, but yeah, I end up knowing an awful lot of them because that's what it's about. Networking with people, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, jump on board. Anyone who's watching who's not a member of the community, get yourself signed up. actsonthis.tv/sign up, and you can check it out. Awesome. So what I'll do, Martin, is I'll send you Adam's. I'm going to direct message you, Adam, on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'll send me your email address, mate. Adam's must already have a profile because he's talking about signing in on the iPad. So we'll get your profile upgraded, mate, so that you've got a year of unlimited everything. And then all the work you get, we'll take a little cut because we gave it you for free. Amazing. Excellent. So I'll just go back to Twitter for a second, see if anyone else has said anything else for us, and then we'll start wrapping up. Have you enjoyed yourselves, Martin and Dan?
We had a great time.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it. You
Yeah.
know, it's a little bit different. Eric says he likes the broadcast. Yeah, Tim, very enlightening. Awesome. Excellent. So we'll be in touch, Adam, to sort that out. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for everybody. Hope we've covered a lot of stuff tonight that you've not seen before. I think it's great to look at behind the scenes stuff so that you actually understand why people want you to sign up for casting networks, and why I think personally it's going to be massive. It already is. With 30,000 actors on it already and growing, it's going to only get bigger, and more casting directors are going to want to come on board to use it when they see the tools. So get yourself on there, get ahead of the game, and sign up now, guys. Have you got any last words for everybody?
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks very much for everyone who tuned in.
One
and just
love.
make sure before we go, when's good for you, Ross? When can we give the contact details? Because we want to emphasise, if you have any questions, call us, email us. We're here.
Right now. Do it now. How can we get in touch? Phone, email, and Twitter.
Email talentsupport@castingnetworks.co.uk, or the phone number, I should remember this, is 020 3384 8536.
Say it again.
020 3384 8536.
There you go. And Twitter. We can tweet you.
Yes, at CNI_UK.
Absolutely. So
just make sure as well, because it's in America as well. So when you go to the website, just make sure you go to castingnetworks.co.uk and not the .com site. This is also a frequent thing that happens once you've got a profile. The two websites look very similar, so you might be entering your username into the US site, and it won't recognise your username. Just make sure you're at .co.uk.
Make sure you're on .co.uk, and one day .co.uk might be involved with .com as well. So it could all be the same thing. Fingers crossed. Hopefully you'll take over.
.global.
.global, exactly. That doesn't exist. Yeah, but we'll get it. Awesome. Darren says good stuff. Billy says brilliant. Congrats to Adam. Yeah, big congrats, Adam. We'll be in touch with your prize. So awesome. Once again, guys, hope you've had a fantastic time. You've given up a bit of your time tonight. Thanks very much for coming and joining us. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back very soon with some more live broadcasts. Some podcasts as well that are coming from some fantastic people within the industry. Got some great name actors coming up, agents, and a couple of casting directors actually. Hopefully in the next over the next 2 or 3 weeks. So keep an eye out in the forums on the site and in the news section and on the blog. If you're not a member of Acts on This yet, come along and sign up. It's www.actsonthis.tv. Check us out. Like I say, it's a completely free resource. It's all about kind of improving your knowledge of the acting industry, networking, hooking up with other actors. There's some great industry tools on there, as well as a listings database where you can get in touch with casting directors directly from the site, look up who's casting what, who's cast what in the past, so you can get in touch with them in 2 clicks of a mouse. So there's loads of cool features on there. It would be great to see you. For people who are a member of the community already, one thing I always say is come and get involved in the forums. It's the heart of the community. I want to hear from you. Comment on blog posts, comment on news articles, and come and get involved. That's the most important thing. But thank you very much. Cheers, guys, for giving up your time as well. Cause I know
Thank you, Ross. It's really, really great. Thank you.
I know you've had a long day already, and we've made it even longer. But thanks ever so much. And we'll have you back on again soon. Keep us posted with what's new. Good luck with everything, and keep me posted.
All right. Cheers.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll speak to you soon. And the recording of this will be available maybe later on tonight or sometime tomorrow. If you're watching the recording, where were you? You should have come and watched it live. You could have won £100 subscription like Adam. Bye for now, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.